Welcome back to the Testament of Sister New Devil Anime Review Part 6. This I'm reviewing the last 4 episodes of Season 2, episodes 7 through 10, and the second OVA because I got it done today. Yep, now as for the last 4 episodes of Season 2, 7 through 10, this adapts Book 7. I gotta say, they actually did a pretty good job adapting it. Yep. Now, pretty much, we have the tournament basically happening. Before we have the tournament, we have, in order the character. Now, this is the couple. There's one particular scene they probably just had to include because it's in a light novel. So why not include it? What scene is this? Basara, Mio, Maria, Yuki, Kurumi, and Zest having an orgy. Yes. I'm not kidding. This is what seriously happens. And they basically built their strength up. And prior to the tournament, Mio tells her uncle, Ramses, that she has no desire for the throne. If Leohard basically is the current dude, she just doesn't want it. And of course, she tells Lionheart later, yeah, I'm fine for myself. I'm not fine because I'm the previous Demon Lord's daughter. I'm fine for myself. And Demon Lord's like, fine, whatever, go ahead. Yep, and we have our battle. Or battles. First up is Mio. Yep. Also, the Idia Council. Yeah, they actually make appearance here. Yep, it's like, oh yeah, the prize is Mio. For some stupid reason, even though she has no desire for the throne. Yep, Mio has a match first, and it's a pretty good battle. She wins. Because of that. Then we have Maria having her fight with some guy who I actually think it's Lars. I believe it's Lars. And they fight for a good period of time, and then Lars actually beats Maria. Doesn't kill her. Doesn't severely beat her. Basically, does not, in a way, knock her unconscious. But he does, in a way, beat her. And then we have Yuki up next. And then before the battle starts, she is tricked by her opponent, who, by the way, actually doesn't work for Leohard. He actually works for the council. And he gives her a button from Basara. Yep, one of Basara's buttons. Yeah, the turns out to be a fake. And the fight is mostly one-sided. And he pretty much just wails on her. The council knows something strange is going on, but they won't do anything about it. And, of course, Yuki loses. And before the guy's about to kill her, Zest steps in. And the stupid council, and I'm surprised the crowd doesn't boo the council for doing this, because this is a really stupid decision. Okay, the decision. Yuki's opponent is declared victor, and Zest gets a DQ for interfering in a match, so it's already over. I'm like, the match is already over. Why the heck would you DQ her for? Why? Because she's trying to stop the murder of her friend? Yeah, that's completely stupid. And of course, because of the DQ, well, 3 straight losses. So then we have, I believe up next is Leohard himself. Yep. Oh yeah, and basically what's Basara up to prior to this whole thing on? He basically asks ours for a favor. Get him some perfume. A perfume that basically sounds like Zoist. Yeah, the guy from the previous season of the show. A guy who Lars personally killed himself. And basically, what's the reason for this? So he can break to the other guy, a general's house, and kill him. Yep, he does kill him. Despite the fact he's also wounded as well. Though Lars does find him. He finally gets patched up and gives him some special pills. And then, of course, well, because the other guy's not found, okay, so that match is basically thrown out. So next is Leohard himself, the Demon King himself, basically steps up to fight. And before he actually takes out his opponent, the arena changes. Yep, the arena changes to this special holy ruined city, which apparently was built by the gods. That's what explained here. And apparently only top officials can go here. So you have Demon Lord Leohard himself, and believe it or not, Basara shows up, despite he's actually late. At one point, Ramses himself tries to volunteer to go in, but look how Basara steps in, and they fight for a pretty good period of time, until Basara decides to take a heart pill. They were thinking, a heart pill? Is he getting love potion? No, prior to the thing, he was training with his father, Jin says you have 3 limiters basically on you. Unlock 2 of those. And this one kind of locks 2 of them. And kind of locks his demon side. Yep, because it's kind of revealed he's related to demon. Who he's related to, I am not going to reveal that at all. Because that's actually explained in Book 8 who he's actually related to. And how bizarre the situation is. Yep. And at one point, and Mio basically sees this. And Basara is basically not acting like himself. Because the mode he went to is actually slowly killing him. And apparently only Mio can actually... Now, I get why Mio, because she's the female lead for the series, so why not? And of course, she jumps in, and my guess is the only reason why she's not DQ'd for this, or the match is not thrown out, probably because she's a daughter of a high official. Yes, and because she's close to the boss when the council doesn't do anything with it at all. Yep, they don't want to stop this fight at all, because they actually kind of like it. And lucky enough, she's able to get inside Basara's head. First, we see inside their home, and then the school, and then she finds Basara in his current mode. Of course, when she's in the school, there's these people who look like they're basically, who could be her classmates. They're ripping part of her shirt, and then of course Basara himself basically decides to, like, oh, before I continue, prior to the actual thing, aside from the orgy thing, they actually have sort of a counter between Basara and Mio, like the day prior to the actual event, and they decided to do this in a shower. Yes, a shower. Looks like a shower curtain. Yeah, it's particularly very weird. I'm not sure where this location is in the castle. Well, they're Ramesses' castle. Yeah, I had to bring it up. Otherwise, though, that some in the comments basically probably have seen these particular episodes say, why didn't you mention this scene? Yeah. But as for what happened here next, like, apparently Basara, of course, the demon says about, so it's like, rips open Mio's shirt that she's wearing. Basically, she's wearing a school uniform. She's wearing it. And, like, then she starts pleasuring her, and then, of course, he calms down, and he basically reverts back to normal. Yep. And we apparently don't have a winner here, so Count is like, screw it. We're going to kill all 3 of them at once. So unleash the god of the hero spirits, Chaos. Basically, you open Pandora's box with this big, humongous creature. And later, I only heard about this thing via legends. Yep. And then because this thing showed up, we have a bunch of hero spirits show up, and they go on a freaking rampage. Luckily enough that, well, we have that one person who defeated Yuko in the previous match. Okay, close the door, please. Anyways, yeah, of course, well, this is a scene where it reveals that the button Yuki was given was actually a fake. It's not really Basara's button. Kurumi basically beats him, tries to beat him up, but then, of course, Maria wakes up and says, "How dare you do that to my friend?" And Kurumi basically, like, and she basically wails, and I'm like, "Did you just call me your toy?" Yeah, and of course, Yuki wakes up, and the guy is simply hacked to pieces. Like, he has his arms chopped off, and then he basically is blasted out of this medical wing. And of course, the other characters basically fighting, like, you have Zest fighting Hero Spirit in the stadium, and everybody else fighting the Hero Spirits in the actual, like, outside. And then pretty much like Leohard's like, yeah, we're gonna put our differences aside, take down this thing. So lucky enough, Ramses basically shows up. He's never high level official. He's allowed here. So he holds on the creature while you have Leohard, Basara, and Mio basically send the creature on dimension. So Lionheart basically used sort of his gravity magic as well. He's Demon King. He probably has that magic. Holds him down. Mio basically like uses some of her magic as well. And Basara unlocks all limiters thanks to 2 heart pills. But look how he's able basically to power and not go out of control like he was before. Probably because he has Mio there. And then they send the creature in another dimension. And the count's like upset by this, like, oh no, our creature has been destroyed. Or it's in another dimension. It's like, what are we going to do now? Let's just regroup and debate over there. And then all of a sudden, they're all massacred. Yes, all 5 of these idiots. Who kills them? Why, the Demon King's smoking hot sister. Yeah, she comes in and just basically like just slices up these guys, no problem. And he's like, huh, I didn't take somebody behind that door. You come out. Who comes out? It's freaking Jin. And it's about to take him on, and all of a sudden Basara shows up. Yep. Apparently he transported there, thanks to, of course, to Lars. Yep. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, and also forgot to mention that whenever he's made the orange hair one, the one who decided to pleasure Mio in the previous arc. Yeah, she actually is Lars' childhood friend. It's implied these two have things for each other, but it's never really developed. But here, anyways. So basically, she's out of leave, and like, hey, Leohard, like, have fun. Yep. I'll give you a reward when you get home. Yep. Yeah, in case you're wondering, these two are lovers. Now you're probably thinking, wait, aren't these two brother and sister? Well, here's kind of what happened, okay? Leohard is actually adopted. Yep, he is actually adopted. So, in case you're wondering, no, this is not counted as incest. Even though it kind of looks that way, but really it isn't at all. They're not blood relatives, so it's fine. It's two adults, basically. Two consenting adults. Yep, and of course, Jin talks for a while, and of course, then we have sort of an epilogue where everybody decides to go home, and this is probably from book 8, where everybody just goes to a portal, and of course, we get back to their lives. We see that apparently Leohard and Anne, I think her name is, they're in the bath together, implied they're actually going to do it there, or at least have their own pleasure. And we also see that Zest, apparently, when she's in civilian form, like when she wears civilian clothes, she looks very similar to that. I mean, her appearance, I mean, you take away like the demon outfit she's not wearing in this series, give her like normal clothes, not a French maid outfit, she kind of looks like Halle Berry from Catwoman. I'm not kidding, she seriously does. Of course, she wears this outfit in the OVA, which I'm watching right now. She's not in the OVA that comes right after this. And we... Anyway, I don't like when they interrupt me. Anyways, yeah, what else? Anything else in these episodes? Not really, no. I gotta say, really good set of episodes. Next comes the OVA. Like, yeah, just as weird as the last one. Unlike the last one, which was adapted from a couple stories from the light novels, this one is actually adapted from the shorts. Where did I get the information from? I got the information from somebody I basically talked to on Twitter. Yeah. This person, I don't know if it's he or she, I have no idea. So, the first story is, simply put, Maria decided to sort of, let's say, try to give herself to Basara, because she has a thing for this. Basara, of course, basically is like very much, bops her on the head, and of course, he of course ties her up in the futon, and goes wake up Mio, and goes to her room, and apparently she's sort of stripped in the way where her shirt is open and sort of her pants are down, and he tries to politely put it back together, and then of course Yuki comes in, and like usual, she basically doesn't like the fact Mio basically takes away her Basara, so like she takes off her shirt and shows off her breast. Like, he's like, what? Don't do this. Yep, and she's trying to do very quietly. Of course, she had to offer herself to Basara. Then Mio wakes up, and of course, bops her on the head. And look how this is Mio's fault. And then he cuts them at school in gym class. And of course, Yuki asks Basara to help her with something like in the equipment room, and holds her up. And of course, Basara is near her butt, basically, which is her weak point. And then of course she falls over. Look how Basara catches her by having his right hand on her breast, and then having his left hand basically nearly pull up her shorts. And of course, well, Mio comes in, and of course she basically, confused by the situation like usual, trips over and just lands. And the girl's laying right on top of Basara. Yep. And of course, Basara wakes up in the nurse's office. And then she has to go do something. And then the story ends with her basically seducing him while Mio and Yuki are sleeping right in the bed next to him. That's the first story ends. The second one, now in case you're wondering, Zest is nowhere in this one at all. Like and this next one is like, okay, apparently Mio's birthday is actually revealed. It's not really her birthday at all. So, like, have fun on her birthday, and apparently Yuki basically wants to get on this because she wants to anyways. Yeah, it's very common. So we have sort of a holographic illusion where they're at a first they have Mio be sort of basically giving her like a lust spell where she's lusting at the Basara, and apparently that has worked very well. So put them in a festival, and Yuki's there, and there's Vessel Komodos, and then they're about to pleasure them, and then the thing wears off because the magic's too powerful. Yeah, and it turns out though that of course Maria got bopped in the head again for this, and Maria reveals, yeah, my birthday's actually way off. Like, oh, my mistake. I was going by a demon realm calendar. Yep, and of course she's bopping the head again, and that's where the thing ends. Yep, odd OVA for what it is. Nice to see Jessica. Of course, she's in the first story this time, not the second one like she was last time. Now, I don't know what extras these are coming from, but they're adapted from the extras, probably at least a couple, they might say. It's only like the second time I've seen this for an OVAs where they're actually adapted from something that's already been coming out that's kind of canon. Mostly it's adapted from the extras from the actual manga of Testament of Sister New Devil. Yeah, there's actual manga that wasn't very long. It was like 76 chapters, I think it was. Yeah, 76 chapters. Yeah. Which is the same length as the High School DxD manga series. Oh yeah, and this series actually ended 2 years ago. There was a replacement series that came out this one, Storm, which I've only read the first 17 chapters because the rest of it's not released live, and this one's also no longer being published. So yeah, not much else to say about this. Like, the final 4 episodes of Season 2, really good, love them. The OVA, weird. I don't think it's terrible per se. It's an odd OVA, but it just basically shows us that we've already seen the series already, but in more odd situations it is. But I think the second one is actually quite interesting with the whole festival thing. But yeah, good. Yeah, and also not the first one I've seen where the characters go to a festival. Yeah, the last one I've seen that did this. Yeah, they actually did for Rama Half. They did for at least several of the series I've seen. Basically, have the characters go to a festival. So this is nothing new. Heck, even Naruto did this as well. So yeah, so not much else to say about these, but yeah. So that's it for this particular review. I have one more review hoping to do today, and that'll be a review of which I think probably will happen today, review of the third OVA, Departures. And I should point out though, this one's like about an hour long. I'm about 10 minutes into it so far. I'll probably review it later. But yeah, that'll be my next review, and probably my only review plan for today, because I don't think I'm still planning on going back. I may get a chance to do Indie Wash because I'm also ready to finish up the OVA, the third OVA. I'm gonna do the first Indie Wash one because, well, why not? Okay, so I might have one, maybe 2 more reviews, but definitely one after this one. Second one's maybe. Okay, do this next review. Bye.